Excuse me. Hey, Cartier. Y'all, I'm just a mess. When I eat something, I swear to goodness, I be a whole mess. Happy Sunday. Oh my goodness, my head is hurting, y'all. Hey, Mr. Pimp, how you doing? Y'all, my mouth is swelling. Happy Sunday. All right, I just kind of wanted to I had to subscribe to Stig's girl because I forgot. Hey, Dunja, how you doing? You can't see me? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Hey, Alfreda, how you doing? Yeah, I'm eating a brownie. I don't know why, because my mouth hurt. Like, you guys, the mystery van broke down and got repoed finally. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you for stopping by the live, hon. Can y'all see me okay? Okay, you can see me okay, cool. So what's going on? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? I'm cold. Let me put my shirt. Oh, you had to refresh. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm cold, really, for real. Y'all still got on my. Okay. All right, y'all. It was good. It was good. I kind of want to just share what it was about. Because basically what the message was, it was really, it was really sad to say common. Thank you, Dunja. It was about anxiety. The message was anxious for nothing. And it was just talking about just the rise of anxiety in the world and stuff like that, or whatever lately. The reasons behind anxiety, the red flags, or kind of like the bulbs that'll say that you may be an anxious person. And because it is so much of a common issue these days, I wanted to share it with you guys. Just because I was kind of surprised at one of the kind of like the symptoms of being having anxiety, and it was isolation. And the way that he described isolation kind of described me. And I was like, what? Like, I don't suffer from anxiety, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, by the description, it made sense as to why it could be like kind of like a form of anxiety, you know. And then, of course, he went on to speak of the other symptoms or whatever that would kind of like tell you what, how you can kind of tell, if you're dealing with anxiety issues or not. And so I kind of just wanted to share it because it is popular. He did kind of connect social media with a lot of it, which, I talk about anyway, or, I really like think about or notice because we will, social media, number one, when he was talking about isolation, social media does make us feel like we kind of don't notice that we are isolating ourselves from people in the world, because on social media we interact, and we have these big, these long Facebook friend lists, and YouTube, whatever social media, Instagram, you have all these people that you interact with online. So you're not really noticing that you are isolating yourself in real life. You're not really you know interacting with your people in your real life, because on social media you kind of don't feel like you're missing anything. You kind of feel like you are interacting, you are being social, you are doing things or still having those relationships, but it's kind of like this wall in between that. It's not so personal. You don't like build those connections that you build like when you have like real life friendships and relationships and that sort of thing. So that made a lot of sense. And then, it talked about insecurities and, or, and then like if you feel like you're not good enough, those sorts of things, or whatever, the way that people kind of suffice and kind of deal with the issues, the reasons behind why you would feel that way. And then kind of how it goes from a normal, or like a, kind of like a, I guess like a normal standpoint, to where it is like anxiety, to where you can't really control it, calm it down on your own, and that sort of thing. So, I just kind of wanted to just go over the couple little notes that I took, and you know what I'm saying, just to share it because it may help someone. If you are an anxious person, if you do deal with depression, if you deal with anxiety or any of those things, because even though the message was in church, you don't have to be like a church goer to know that this is a real thing, or for you to be affected by it, or for, the information to help you. Okay. So that's why I kind of wanted to, because, some people are like, I don't go to church, whatever. But a lot of times, it's not really about the church. It's about the message that you get going, and because it can be applied to, your real life or whatever. You will go to church and, they'll be speaking about something that, really hits home or whatever. Hey, Sam, how you doing? So again, so basically at this church, they kind of have these series of topics or whatever. So, like for 3 or 4 weeks, they will speak about kind of like the same topic, and they will go into different areas of that topic. So, the topic for this series, I mean, the name of this series is Anxious for Nothing. Okay. And so today was the first service regarding that message. And so I just want to just go over like a couple points. Hey, kiddo, babe. I just want to kind of just go over the couple notes that I took or whatever. And if you can take something from it, or you can apply something from it, or if it, kind of like hits home with you, maybe, the message will help you to kind of like work through it. So, now there's a book. If you are interested, I'm doing good. Retwisting my 12-year-old hair and listening to you. Hope all is well. Yes, thank you. Yes, getting ready for the week. Yep, I'm good, hon. Thank you for asking. So there is a message out of this specific book about and the book is titled Anxious for Nothing. Okay, the author is Max Lucado. And so you can even look for this book if you are a person who suffers from anxiety. You could look for this book and hope that may help you. with ways to deal with that and work through things and stuff like that. But this phrase, this sentence that's in this book, it says the presence of anxiety is unavoidable, but the prison of anxiety is optional. Okay, so the presence of anxiety is unavoidable. So we can't help where our mind goes. Okay, we can't help feelings that come over us. We can't help that. But the prison of it is optional, meaning if we stay stuck in that feeling, if we stay stuck in those thoughts, that is optional. That is a choice. Okay. We can't help how we think. We can't help that we kind of speculate about what ifs, or we assume the worst, or we can't help, that we might get overwhelming feelings of fear, or, of kind of like wanting to be closed in or not wanting to be bothered, or we can't help when those feelings and those thoughts come over us. But if we stay stuck in it, then that is optional, meaning that if we don't try to make a way to work through it, if we're not praying about it, if we're not trying to have different thoughts, if we're not trying to look for solutions outside of that, then it is a choice that we're making by staying in the prison of anxiety. Hey Camille, how you doing, babe? So I think that statement is very, very true. I think it is very powerful because anxiety is kind of like an overwhelming feeling. Hey Chico Stick, where you know, you just think the worst. I mean, the worst of the worst, and to the point where it heightens itself to where, you kind of can't function between what's going on in your head through what is the actual reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Which it's not uncommon for you to maybe have a bad thought, or maybe think about a what if or whatever, but we shouldn't dwell in that, and we shouldn't let that overcome what the actual reality is. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to trust that, it's all about faith. It's all about believing in the better good, in the better side of things. You know what I'm saying? If you just like live in that, what if, assuming the worst type of mentality, if you're always paranoid, if you're always untrusting, if you're always just, trying to control a situation and not, hey Sherry, trying to control a situation, you never like really like have that faith. You never really feel like, it's all good. I'm gonna do this or whatever, but it's gonna be all good or whatever. I know this could happen, but we gonna pray that it don't. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get to that point and you stay in that ugly space where, you know, you don't trust anything unless you have your hands on it. Hey, Coach Renee, thank you so much for coming by, hun. So anxiety, and sometimes some of us, we sometimes, if you can't get a handle on those thoughts, if you can't get a handle on those overwhelming feelings, you can't be scared to go and seek help for that either, because it's not you. If it gets to a point where, you try to not live in that, if you try to look, you know, be the or look for the better, have the better outlook and that sort of thing, but you just can't. That may be where you know that you need some help outside of what you can do for yourself. Which meaning that you may need, to go talk to somebody. You may need, some medication and stuff like that, because it's nothing that you can help. If your mind is just unbalanced, and you really can't get a handle on those things, the better thing for you and for your life and for you to live the best quality of life is for you to go ahead and just bite the bullet and go and get that extra help, and not be scared or embarrassed or feel like you're odd, or you're different, or you're weird or anything like that, because you're not. You can't help how you're made up. You can't help, if something, just isn't balancing out right. You can't help that. But what you can help is if you choose to not go and get help, if you choose to just live in this dark place. That's what you can. And that's why it says the presence of anxiety is unavoidable, but the prison of anxiety is optional. Because if you can't, you know, have and get make that kind of hope, or have look at the better side of things and get out of that headspace and those feelings on your own, then you definitely need to go and seek someone who can help you get out of that space. And if you choose not to, then that's the option. You're choosing not to be better. You're choosing not to have a better quality of life. You know what I'm saying? So you're not weird, you're not different. Don't be embarrassed, because anxiety is a huge thing. Depression is a real thing. These are all things that people deal with on a daily basis. And if you're one of those people, don't be upset that, you just can't get out of that headspace. It's better to go and get some help and, you know what I'm saying, just live. Your quality of life should not be lessened because, your mind isn't working the way that you need it to work, or your thoughts aren't working, or aren't balancing out like they should, or your feelings, and you shouldn't have a lesser quality of life because of a chemical imbalance, basically, because that's all it is. Okay? Don't, it's bad enough that if you have that overwhelming feeling and you can't get a handle on it yourself, don't make it worse by just staying stuck in that because you're embarrassed to go get help. So, let me see. So I just want to read like a couple like little notes that I took. Write your mental things into existence. It absolutely it does. Yes, it does. Hey, Super Chat. Hey, Kelly. Hey, the Soap. How y'all doing? So so anxiety, they describe it as this: the feeling is true, but the feeling is not telling you the truth. Okay, if that makes sense. So what you're feeling is definitely true. Yeah, and see, they self-medicate, and that's even worse. Hey, the wrench. The feeling is true. So when you get that overwhelming feeling, when you have those bad thoughts, hey, Gemini, babe, thank you. You too, babe. When you have those bad thoughts, when you have those overwhelming feelings and things like that, that's all true. That is all real. But those feelings and those thoughts are not telling you the truth, meaning that they're amplifying whatever the actual reality of the situation is, like 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Amplifying it 100 times. You know what I'm saying? You get in your car and you put on your seatbelt and you drive off. Your brain is just telling you, you just have this overwhelming fear come over you. You are just scared to freaking death. And all you can think about is when you go out into traffic and how this semi is going to like swerve over and smash you, and how you're not going to be able to speed up, and how just these bad things are going to happen to you. So you say, fuck this, I'm getting out this car, I ain't going no motherfucking where, I'll order the food. Fuck this, I'll online shop. I'm not going nowhere. Fuck this. I can't go to work today. I just can't do it. Like, I cannot get in this car and drive off. Something, I'm gonna die. That is like your feeling of being scared of, yeah, you're getting in the car, you put on your seatbelt. You might have a thought like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to say a little prayer like, just safe travels, Lord. Please get me to work, get me to where I need to be safely, right? But instead of you just and then you go on about your day and you get there safe and everything cool, whatever, nothing happened. But anxiety will stop you from pulling out in traffic. Anxiety will tell you, girl, you better not go drive out there on that highway today. You better not. You better not. You better sit your ass in this house and call in and tell them that you don't feel good. That's anxiety, and it literally does that. It will stop you. It can ruin your life if you don't get a handle on it, whichever way it is, whichever way you choose to deal with it. If you don't get a handle on it, it can stop you from having a better quality of life. People lose their jobs because they scared to death. They do not like being around people. They are paranoid. When they go around people, they have these thoughts that this person might kill them. Somebody might come into my job and shoot it all up today. I ain't going into Walmart. All of these damn shootings going around and stuff. I'm not going in Walmart no motherfucking more and they come in here and shoot me. I'm not going to church. They shooting up churches. I'm not sending my kid to school. They shooting up school. I mean, yes, it's a thought, and yes, you should prepare, or you should kind of try to prepare for situations like that, but you can't just not go to school, send your kid to school. You can't just not go to work. You can't just not ever go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life, you can literally, and then what happens? Then what happens is you go into a depression because people don't want to deal with you, or you done fucked around and lost your job, or your kids are unhappy. You're just unhappy at the same time because you're always having these bad thoughts. You're not enjoying yourself. There's no smiling. There's no nothing. You're sitting in your room all the time, or you're just in the house all the time, and then you just lose all your motivation. It's just like a snowball effect. It's just a snowball effect. What you want? What? And Ronell just texted and said he didn't have a fire stick. Can you look?
He don't.
It was plugged into that TV, and then you have both remotes. Like, I got the other one in there on my TV, but
Can I look where?
I don't. But both of the remotes was still in your room before that TV went in there.
I want to just look in his
It
room.
got to be somewhere. Anxiety is very intense and can be almost paralyzing. Absolutely, very intense thoughts and an exaggerated feeling. Yes, people have become reclusive. Yep, shut-ins. Yep. Tracy still. VS is asking for my kiddo. Um, Let me see. You lose family members, friends, even your spouse. Crystal still over there. Um, Hey Sean, how you doing? Who we dragging? We ain't dragging nobody right now. We talking about anxiety and just ways to kind of like work through it. That's at the panic stage. That is at the panic stage, yes. And because it is a thing that builds up. Like I said, it's just, it can start as a thought, it can start as a feeling. Um, it can start as a thought and a feeling or whatever. And then it kind of like it can snowball if you don't catch it. And where the medical standpoint comes in, where you may need some outside help, is if you can't get to a point where you can stop it on your own. If you can't get that feeling under control, if you can't get those thoughts under control, if it gets to a point where you can't say, fuck it, let me pray about it, I'll be all right, go to work. If you can't just, sit back and just zen for a minute, just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me just get myself together. It'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's where you may need some outside help. And that's where I just want to say, like, please go get that help. Your life will be changed. You know, and I'm not saying stay medicated. I'm not saying be a walking zombie. What I'm saying is find somebody, even if it's somebody to talk to. But if you have that actual chemical imbalance, bettering your quality of life, whether if it's on a medication or not, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's way better than you. It's way better than you not living. You know what I'm saying? Then you have those triggers, a particular scent or sound, particular scent or sound. See, super chat. I didn't know about that, babe. Hey Xavier, I was at work, but I wanted to say this. I've noticed that you've always been very consistent on your channel. You have never folded, and I appreciate you for that. God bless you, Xavier. Thank you, babe. Are you gonna make me cry? Oh, thank you. Hey, Crystal. No, I was off. My daughter came in. Oh, no problem, babe. No problem. I hope you having a good day, Crystal. Um, Crystal, my number is working now too, babe. I'm on this that phone that one of the subscribers sent to me.
Upstairs.
No.
Come here. He's in the alley.
Hold on, y'all. Where did he go? I'm gonna whoop his ass, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Get away from me, your little stinking butt. Go. Go. Whew. I found them, y'all. My bad. Hold on. I got them. Yeah. Gone. I already whooped your butt.
Where he was at?
He came back in the backyard and came in the house.
He's probably in that hole in that garage.
Oh, he dug a hole up underneath the fence so he can go out in the alley. Little dirty butt. Now he need to get in the bathtub. Nobody know where he been. A little nasty.
What'd you do? I don't know.
Hey y'all, my bad. Okay. Whew. All right. What up, y'all? I done lost my whole damn train of thought now. Anyway, I'm hot now. His little badass Pac-Man over there tracing. Right! The fuck? Like, he digging holes and shit. Like, it gotta be another dog or something. Had me all around the block and everything. Oh. Okay. So, he probably has a girlfriend. That's what I'm saying. Man, Sherry, you see I'm out of breath. My big ass don't. Huh?
He made my hair sweat out.
I don't never. Got me. He had me all around the block, everything, y'all. And then y'all know that one little dog that he always be arguing with and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, that old lady said, she said, I think they found them.
Well, I told her, I was like, well, I know he ain't down here because he would have been got that dog because the dog was out. I was like, he'd have been down here arguing with him. She was like, yeah, no, we would have heard him. He hasn't been down here. I was like, okay. Anyway, so, and, I mean, yeah, you guys, I mean, okay, I don't know what's going on else in the chat, but, you guys can have that conversation on where, if y'all are looking for new members or something like that, y'all can do that on another thing. I'm talking about something totally different over here. Y'all can talk about that on your own time. Okay. Like go live or something like that. And Crystal, Kiddo, and Gemini can all come over there and y'all can talk to them about that over there. Like I'm talking about something totally different. And all I keep seeing is all of this, whatever. If you're looking for new members, then do that. Y'all can do that somewhere else. But anyway, my anxiety has caused me to lose a job before. I used to shut down, and that's why I don't Answer any texts or calls from family while I'm at work unless I feel like it's a real emergency. Yeah. Well, you know what? Um, let me see. Oh, well, that's nice. I appreciate that, but I'm not trying to join any groups. I mean, I don't really see the purpose in a group. I thought that was the point in having your own channel. You know what I'm saying? People who like you will come on your channel, and I don't see the point in groups. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, you know what? Like, because a lot of times that's another thing. Like, not only your own thoughts and feelings, but you would take on other people's problems, like other people's situations and stuff like that. Like, even that, you're like, your life don't even have to be like not saying anything wrong, because it doesn't have to be anything wrong for you to have those feelings or thoughts or something like that. But what I will say is that other people's issues that are close to you, yeah, I mean, you can take on them like it's your own, and that can cause you to go into by now TSC owns this. Andreas forever. I don't know what that means. That is so weird. Andreas forever.
That shirt behind you.
Yeah. Hey Rita baby. Xavier, yeah, that's your situation, huh? I find it's more of being I just started talking on the phone due to anxiety. I'm thankful for the progress I've made. Yeah. I find it's more of being introverted versus extroverted. Back home, I was around people when I wanted to be, and when I needed my alone time, I would completely shut down. Bonita, see, that's the thing, like, too, like, I kind of feel like that's how I am. Um, that's kind of how I feel like I am. I don't know. Like, yeah, Sherry, I carry other people's burdens. See, Sherry, like, that would be me too. Like, and people would tell me, like, like, say somebody called me with something. It was usually like my old best friend or whatever. She called with something. They'd be like, April, don't, you know what I'm saying? Take on her stuff, or don't. And I'll just be like, I'm not, da da da, whatever. But in reality, you do. I did. Hey, Paige. You guys ever deal with stress, try to find a quiet place at work you can go off to, even if it's for 5 minutes, or go in the bathroom and go in the bathroom stall. That is so right, Xavier, because like that's one of the things that they said at church. He said the first thing you do when you are having those thoughts or feelings is breathe. He said just breathe, like just close your eyes and just like take a breath. And I think that's true too, because you notice how, like, if you just, like, it's not even like you just taking, not exactly taking a moment to yourself, but you know how it seems like if you just really, like, take in a good breath and just close your eyes, just breathe for a second, that, oh, sweet merciful, the noodle works also. What's the noodle? Hey, Stacy. When you have a good heart, everything bothers you, even things that have absolutely nothing to do with you. Yep. Man, ain't that the truth? I also take time to think before I speak. I just don't blurt anything out the blue. Yeah, that could be too, because words mean a lot, y'all. Like, words mean a lot. Um, like you don't, because you can't take it back. It's like, you can say something in anger, or you can just say the first thing that pops into your head or whatever and just blurt it out and say it, and you don't even really realize the effect that it'll have until it actually comes out of your mouth. But like once it comes out of your mouth, there ain't nothing you can do about it. So yeah. I apply pressure to my body and breathe. Okay. Me too. And if I feel myself getting upset with the coworker, I just breathe and say, okay. BS sent me over here to tell you Crystal and my kiddo and Gemini are plotting against you, April. Okay, the mystery van broke down and got repoed finally. I mean, I don't know how they plotting against me. I mean, I don't know. How can people plot against you? Anyway, I tried to go to church. I could not go today. Oh, Stacy. It's relaxing your. I'm so sorry, hon. See, that's one of the things. Okay, I'm still listening with. That's no problem, Cartier. The troll was the troll chat was. I know. Wasn't the troll chat yesterday? Maybe they made up some new ones because of yesterday's thing. Like, um, you want to help everyone fix everything. Oh my God, fix everything. It's the curse of a good-hearted person. That is the worst. See, trying to fix everything, even in your own life. Like you can't fix everything. You can't. You can't control everything. You want to let me see, right? I fear saying the wrong thing, so I think about it and not become so reactionary. Yes, yes. She will email you shortly. Okay, I'm listening. I was in the shower. I'm no troll, TSCC. Okay. Too bad that the troll is very ill-informed. That's what she showed me the emails. I'm working on my mouth a lot of times. I just say it. Yeah. Yeah, Stacey, because sometimes you gotta, like, stop the thought as to why you want to say what you're gonna say. Like, okay, say like you're upset with somebody or somebody getting on your nerves or somebody say something and you just gotta you gotta respond, right? Kind of like stop and think as to why you are gonna say the thing that you are gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Why is that gonna be your response? Why do you want your response to be that? It's overwhelming to try to fix everything. It's not your job. That's the work of God. Oh, yes. It's supposed to induce anxiety. Yes. Then I'd be like, I shouldn't have said that. I can't say I'm sorry. Yeah, Stacey, that's the thing. You talk against April all the time. I'm done. Bye. Well, yeah, that's the hard part is um having that is the uh I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna lie that I'm kind of getting thrown off by this other part of the email. Let me just say this because I'm trying to have a conversation that might help somebody, and this is all I want to say about whatever, about a VS, about a Crystal, my kiddo, Gemini, whoever. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. I'm not that person that can be swayed by what somebody says, what somebody doesn't say. I don't care. If somebody is talking against me, that's pretty much all it's going to be is somebody talking against me. Okay? All right? Now, I don't know why people get so caught up in this internet stuff to why they give a fuck about what some people think. Like I said, like all these back and forth conversations, offline conversations, emails, phones, all of that shit. That's not my life. That's not my life. Okay? All right. I am very confident that the people who I got on my team are for me. And if it comes out that they are not, that just shows more about them than it does about me. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're grown. They can say what they want to say. So that's all I'm going to say. Okay. We got good people over here. We're having a good conversation. All right. And we gonna leave it at that. All right. Hey Michelle, how you doing, boo? Yeah, to hell with them. So yeah, moving on. All right. Like people always want to fuck up some shit because they shit is fucked up. And to keep it all the way real, I don't think that a VS would send no just a page over here to speak on nothing for her. I think that she would probably contact somebody, behind the scenes, like, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. I don't think that she would just have somebody dive into a chat and do that. I don't know if she is or not, but it started off that they came over here and they was like, telling them that they're always welcome, and then they were saying that they looking for them to come back over there, and then now I want you to be a part of this, or you know what I'm saying. Look, I got good people over here, awesome people, and I think people are jealous. I was gonna say jealousy, but yeah, Gemini, or would say it on live, yeah. So yeah, we just gonna leave that at that. All right, I can't be moved by that bullshit. All right, so yeah, right, kiddo, because that's one of the things right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, they ain't gonna say TSCC and VS, and if somebody is trying to put something in your face that obvious, like bam, in your face, trust and believe it's most likely somebody completely opposite, okay, or something completely opposite. All right. But anyway, so yeah, y'all go play with somebody else. Okay. Okay. All right. So that sweet merciful, no, I don't think she does. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you exactly what that was. This is what that was. Yes, you have, kiddo. All of you have, Crystal, Gemini, the people that they are naming. Let me tell you something. If they was just if VS is live and they were over there in VS's live, that's somebody who saw them in VS's live and came over here basically to say they were in VS's live. But see, here's the thing. They can go where they want to go, because guess what? Sometimes I'm in VS's live. Sometimes I'm in her live. I don't talk, but I'm there. So if that was just something just to say that they was over there, they can go where they want to go. They are grown. It's YouTube. Go super chat. Thank you. Like, the fuck? You can't tell on no grown person that can do what the fuck. I'm not these other people on here. That don't bother me. Okay? Sometimes I'm there. And you was over there too if you over here trying to tell on some damn body. So, all right. Yeah, Crystal, it's all good, but that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, people think that they just as dumb as them. That's what they want to say. They want to think, hey, AJ, babe, they want to think that people are just as dumb as them. That was some dumb shit. That was some kid shit. That wasn't not thought through very properly shit. That was some shit that a person who don't think for themselves will fall for type shit. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, can we get back to our conversation that's about something serious that obviously y'all be dealing with, Diving and Nep and whoever else? Y'all probably over there, ain't y'all dealing with anxiety and depression and shit? Ain't that what y'all say y'all be dealing with? Y'all going through some shit. You might want to join in on the conversation. You might want to yeah, so the fuck? People want to fuck up something good that's going on. So AJ, we was just talking about, so I went to church earlier, and anxiety, and it's kind of like a series that they're doing, and I just thought it was cool to talk about, not necessarily because it was church, but because of the topic. I think that Lord Jesus. Yeah, millions of people, so I know everybody isn't into church, but you know what I'm saying? Mental health, it affects millions. Like Super Chat said, if it's not you, it can be somebody in your family, can be somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, just saying a couple things that I came across, like I was saying in the beginning, it was one thing that was a symptom because there was like three main symptoms or three main kind of like red flags that you may be dealing with it, or it may be something that just a tell all that you are an anxious person. Do you, Paige? Okay. So and that's good, babe. That's good. See, Cartier. um because one of them was isolation. And I almost feel like I isolate myself, but I would never think that I was a person that suffered from anxiety. But the way that he was describing it, it was like, well, damn, bitch, you might be, and it was really like, I kind of just like, I guess, cut myself off from the world. I mean, y'all know my situation and stuff, what's been going on since I've been laid off from work and stuff. And maybe I have, but I've always dealt with stuff that way. If things aren't going right with me, like usually financially, if it's something, do you, Stacy? If it's something where stuff isn't going right with me, because usually I'm good unless I'm having financial troubles, and that's just me. Like any other time I feel like I'm cool, whatever. Like I'm pretty like a cool person as long as my bills can be paid, my kids are taken care of. Like I'm pretty cool. But if that is getting shaken up or being messed with, then that fucks with me. And I feel like when I don't have control over a situation like that, I feel like I do cut myself off. That does not mean you are having. Maybe that's what I was thinking, kiddo. But it's just kind of like the way he was describing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm scared of the meds. I only take my night meds. I've thought to tell you that before April, that it seems like you may be a little depressed. Yeah. Hey, what you doing?
No. What got here?
You said you ain't seen the Fire Stick yet? Cause it was plugged into when I told you that you could have Kiana's TV.
I had Day unplugged it. It wasn't plugged up when he took it out.
Cause then she had both remotes, and like one of them remotes goes to the Fire Stick that's in my room. But I can't find either one of the remotes or the Fire Stick. Did I tell Davion that he could take the Fire Stick?
Cause he tried to buy it off me, remember? And you said no.
Oh, I didn't tell him he could use it.
I said, I know it.
Can you ask him?
Yeah.
Just ask him just so I know for sure if I should still be looking or if it's just something that's not in the house. And if so, does he have both remotes? Because if that's the case, I need the one that doesn't go to that Fire Stick. I don't care if he got it. I just need to know if I need to update this other one so that I can put it on the TV downstairs. Maybe you have situational depression. Huh. Being an introvert does not constitute anxiety. Hey, Suki, how you doing, boo? Thank you. I think everyone suffers from anxiety at some point. Yeah, but and like there's certain levels to it. And so basically I was kind of just talking about, because a lot of times it doesn't get to the level where we need medicine or we need to see a doctor. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Blazing. Thank you, babe. You too, boo. Yeah, therapy. Sometimes we don't get to that level. Sometimes we can kind of just get it under control on our own. And then it may get to a level where we may get to a level where, we can't. That's where I'm like, if you can deal with it on your own, deal with it. But if you can't, don't be scared to go see somebody. Don't be scared to take the medicine. Don't be scared, because having a better quality of life is better than not living your best life, not living at your best. You know what I'm saying? Hey, El Teddy, how you doing, babe? Therapy help it then will be classified in the DSMV. Huh. That's 6 weeks. April, when you have spoken before about you not never have dealt with depression, etc., I was thinking you do have it, but didn't realize it. Huh. That could be. I just want to take care of the bills and my son. It's been hard for 3 years. I know, Stacy. I know, boo. And it will definitely get better. Stacy, I'm gonna say this to you specifically, Stacy. I'm talking to you. Um, Sometimes trying to sustain a current living situation is what will keep you in the hole for 3 years. Okay? 5 years, a year, whatever it is. That a lot of times trying to sustain a certain living situation, a certain type of lifestyle, keeping a certain home, keeping a certain car, even if it's the bare minimum, even if it's, you know what I'm saying, just what you've had. It's not like you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you're just trying to keep what you always had. A lot of times that will keep you in the hole. That will keep you to running in this circle that you know what I'm saying? It's like a dog chasing his tail. You can't never catch it. You know what I'm saying? If that's your situation, and I'm just saying because it's been 3 years, if that's your situation, I would say to look at downsizing, taking something away so that you can be able to get ahead. And that means say if you got a car note, maybe look at just getting a car that you don't have to have a note for, getting a little runner or something like that and letting the note go. That might mean downsizing from a house to an apartment, or downsizing from a regular apartment to a low income. Um, Certain things like that, to just anything that you could kind of take a bill out, take something that has to do with the overhead, because a lot of times it's our overhead that we have to constantly pay out, right? It's our utilities, our housing, our transportation, our food, right? That's what is constantly getting paid out on. That's what's never ending, right? So if you can get one of those things and cut it short, if you can either totally take one of those bills out, or if you can find a way to save on that certain thing, then that's where you will start to gain traction. Okay? So whether if it, like I said, your home, your transportation, your food, these are all things that we need to get by on a daily basis, but it's also things that we need to look at as far as what can we save on, what can we down. Oh, and it's been hard. I sleep in the way. See, Stacy, I remember that. Do you qualify for a low income at all? Because I'm not sure what area you're in, but that's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking if you could even just do that for 1 year, if you could do that for 1 year, I promise, I think that you would be able to, because some people even feel like, okay, I work. Because the low income isn't always that you just get the housing for free. It just goes by your income. So if it's lesser than, where you're at now, then that's even, I don't care if it's $100 a month. That's $100 more a month than you had. And that over the course of a year, and then saving on the utilities. I remember you, I can get paid good money for taking care of. I remember you was saying that too. Waiting list is crazy. I'm in DC. Oh shit, yeah. Have you ever looked in? Because I know you're trying to get paid for. I know you're trying to get paid for taking care of your sister. What about can your sister's health, can that like move her up on the list to get you low income, or for her to get some type of housing assistance, or because you're her caregiver that you are able to get that assistance? There's a way to speed that up, because I'm telling you that's what, and I know you're already trying to work on it as far as getting the money to take care of her. Um but yeah, because I know that is good money. I don't care what area you living in. If you're the caregiver, yes, and they get medical, yes, you gonna get paid. But is DC that expensive? See, I didn't know that. Yeah, honey, I'm telling you, if you can cut down them housing costs, girl, you gonna get back. You gonna get back. And just think about what I say as far as that goes. If you need help looking into something, let me know. Cause I'm usually good at finding information on that kind of stuff. Um, I did that for somebody else. I found them how to get insurance, that they didn't know that they qualified for. And I don't even know where she been. I hope she okay. I can't remember who that was. But anyway, yeah, so yes, you can find out how to become an official caregiver on paper. Yes. Yeah, DC is very expensive. Oh, see, I didn't know that if my sis would get on Medicaid, get off Cassie, I did all my paperwork. My rent is still high. I will email you. Email me because she needs to go ahead and do that. Yeah, if she would get on Medicaid, Atlanta is getting real expensive. Sean, that's because of all the people down there. I don't know why people keep moving to Atlanta. It's overcrowded. Stop moving to Atlanta. But that's why, because Atlanta is becoming, it's not only a tourist attraction, a vacation spot, it is where a lot of major things are happening now. Since they had the Super Bowl down there. It's becoming a place. They're probably trying, Kaiser. Probably trying to get people to stop moving down there because it's becoming overpopulated. So yeah, because I thought about Atlanta because my cousin moved down there. He was like, "Cause if you come down here, you ain't going back up there." He was like, "You gonna bar down here?" Cause I mean, he just knows how I work and stuff. He was like, "You gonna come down here?" And the only reason why I didn't is because my son. I have never lived anywhere else. I was scared anyway. I ain't gonna lie. But my son, he got accepted, got invited to that high school that he's at. So I didn't go down there. But he was like, "You come down here, you." He was like, "You gonna do good." Stop moving to Atlanta. All of these New Yorkers are moving there. Oh, really? The New Yorkers leaving and going to Atlanta? That could be why they know them New Yorkers is used to paying them high rates. What you doing on my stuff?
Did this shit go?
Mm-hmm. Because it's regular gold. It's regular gold on the back, but the shirt is gray. So it don't matter. Why? Because it's rose gold?
Yeah.
I got those other leggings that got the rose gold on the side. It got the faded silver to rose gold like on the back of that shirt. They in my one of them drawers with all my leggings. Yeah, I don't feel good. My head feel like it's about to. But it's very cheap in Georgia. They said Sean said the cost of living going up. So if you gonna move down there, you better get down there before they change all them prices. Homes in Atlanta are very inexpensive, but the salaries aren't that great. Okay. Well, that would make sense then. Shit. If you ain't making that much money, it shouldn't be, the housing shouldn't be that expensive. Not all the New Yorkers. I moved to VA because moving south is cheaper. Man, cause I heard like in Mississippi and Arkansas, like it was cheaper. It's not that bad here. Like the cost of living here isn't outrageous, but the money isn't here either. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the cost of living. I'm gonna tell you where you can make a good come up at is in Detroit. Um, Rent is going up sky high. Are moving in a rapid pace to April. They are paying cash for their homes. Oh, huh. Damn. And California, y'all know they getting some money from them for them houses up there, over there. You can literally pay half the price for a mortgage you pay in NYC than in an NYC studio apartment. But if the salaries are poor, you'll find yourself working two jobs. Oh, see, because like, I'm gonna tell you where, like, okay, there's a lot of bigger cities. An $82,000 salary is pop. That's rich to me. That is rich. If I made $80,000 a year, I'll be doing so good. But I'm not yet. The problem is I've helped other people make. I just didn't make it. Mm. Ooh. That's why I say here in Ohio, I wouldn't mind like just staying here for the rest of my days, but as long as I can get up and go where I want to go when I want to go, you know what I'm saying? Like I would just want to travel the world, but I wouldn't mind this being my home. You know what I'm saying? Just have me a house where I want the house at. And you know what I'm saying? Just work and just be able to go and travel places when I want to go. But as far because the cost of living here is just, it's easy. If you make a decent living, it's not bad. It's not hard to come up here. Now, if you get in some trouble, move. Okay? You can't have no record and make it here. So that's the one thing. But I mean, a lot of other places are like way more lenient. You bring home less than half your gross. Oh hell no. 17,000 is low income and poverty for a family of four in California. That's crazy. And here in Ohio, it's like I want to say 3,000 for a family of four. I want to say it's like I think it's like 3 or 4,000 a month. You talking about a year, right? You said a salary of 117. What's 4,000? What's 3,000 a month? Like what is that? 36,000. So about between 36, 40,000 a year here in Ohio or Toledo anyway is considered poverty. That you don't understand how much of a difference of money that is. What they not understanding is that all those inexpensive areas where the rent is cheap is about to come to an end. The rich are buying up properties, redoing them, and charging high prices. Oh, Sean. Oh, see, that's what a lot of people are doing. They doing it here too. They buy up like these little houses, dilapidated houses, and fix them up, throw them together real quick, charge some crazy price. Um, buying them for nothing too, buying them for a little bit of nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you pay 33% in taxes. So now, these days, you've got to recruit kids off the street to claim them on your tax. You ain't wrong. 33%. But that's what they do. They snatch kids up, find you that cousin that you got that stay in the projects or get Section 8 or whatever, don't work. Girl, let me claim your kids. I know some of them. Where are California people moving to? That's what they doing in DC. Low income, they moving them out Maryland and rebuilding DC. You can't afford to live in here. Oh, huh. A new one bedroom in DC is 15 to 1800. Oh, fuck no. Oh, I would move, Stacy. Is your job there in DC? In Louisiana, if you have a rap sheet, you can't make it in Louisiana. Yeah, Paige. That's the same thing here. You can't. Okay, I moved from California to Nevada. Same in New York, which means everyone moves to upstate, which makes it more expensive to live if you're close to the city. Huh. Y'all. I would stay away from, but the jobs are in DC. Okay. I see what you're saying. My cousin used to do that. Claim family members, kids, and get them a little something when they receive their. And a little something is right. A little something. They done got thousands and get them like $500, like, and they be happy to get that $500. Now houses, they are buying up areas, and black folks are not paying attention to what's going on. All that low income housing is almost at an end. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. And guess what? They're not preparing for it to go nowhere either. That's the thing. That's the thing. People are happy as long as they card load every month. But guess what? They're not trying to do anything to get off of it or to sustain themselves if it just leaves. If next month that rent don't get paid or them cards don't get loaded, guess what? Your ass is out. And what you gonna do? They ain't gonna know what to do with themselves. And that's the problem. People be on this internet and social media and stuff without using it to educate themselves or do something. That's why I say people who got these low incomes, even if you're not going to work, at least get your education. Why not go to school while you getting this free housing? Why not? If you ain't going to go take your ass to work, you could get free education. Go get you something so that if something happens, you know what I'm saying? Or go get your education so that maybe you don't have to start at the bottom or go, get a fast food job. Maybe you can actually go and work somewhere where you won't need the low income, but they be so scared to lose their benefits that they'd rather just stay in the benefits and just live in that without trying to better themselves because they don't want to lose their benefits. Hell, you work at McDonald's in DC making $15 an hour. Oh, Maryland, they pay what, $8? Oh, shoot. McDonald's pay $15 an hour? But, I mean, that would make sense because of the housing. Renting a one bedroom is $1,500 and up. This is cheap for California standards. Virginia, but work in Arlington. You're right. The closer you work to DC, the more you make, but the traffic is crazy. Hey, Sandy, thank you so much. Where's Rita the Roaster? She hasn't put up a video for a few days. Is she right? I seen her in the chats the other day. I'm going to email her and check on her. Because I would have thought she would have put up a video by yesterday, but I didn't see her. I hate the train. They get you there too. Depending on your major and certifications, you wind up paying back student loans up to 20 years. Super chat, they do. But this is what I'm saying. If you are living in low income, see, this is the thing. This is where people get in trouble with them student loans. Is you don't have to take the whole loan. You don't have to take. See, this is the thing. They go and they apply for them student loans. They go and apply for the financial aid, I should say. And they accept everything that's offered to them. They're going to accept the grants. They're going to accept the both types of loans. I forget what they called, but you know what I'm saying? The ones that charge you the interest after you get out and the ones that charge you the interest while you in, they take all the money that's available to them. Don't do that. Start off with your basic studies. Number one, you pick your major, whatever it is that you want to graduate in. You figure out what classes do you need to get that certificate or that degree. Okay. And then you start out with the lowest classes and move your way up, but only take the money that is given to you, which is the grant that you don't have to pay back. If you do got to take some more, just don't take, but they'll take all the money that's available to them, and boom, automatically your first semester you in debt. And that's what they shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get your degree and owe back all that money. It'll take you longer to get your degree because you're taking lesser classes, so that you're only taking enough classes that the grants pay for, but you are saving thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's it. Because in order for you to in order for you to qualify for the FAFSA, you do have to be going to school a certain amount of credit hours per semester. Okay. So you want to just make sure that you have the minimum credit hours that you need to be able to get the grants. Only take the grants. The grants is the money that you do not have to pay back. And yeah, it might take you another year, but you're not doing nothing anyway. You ain't working. You sitting at home all damn day. So what if it takes you a whole nother year? Right, my parents paid up front. Even in doing so, we were encouraged to fill out paperwork for student loan because they want that money. The government wants you to stay in debt. They want that interest. They want that interest. And I ain't gonna lie, that's what's on my credit right now with student loans, but nobody told me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just the hindsight. And that's like part of the reason why I like to talk about this stuff, is because maybe I can catch somebody before they make those mistakes. Like, yeah, don't do it. I wish somebody would have told me, but no, they just fill out this form. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm about to get $8,000 right now. Oh, hell yeah. School only costs about $5. Y'all only gonna take 4 or 5 and I get the rest? Oh yeah, let me get that. Don't do it. Don't let you get that. Don't let you get that. I was aiming for scholarships and apply for various grants. Yes. See? I wish somebody told me that. I wish, but nope. But it's all good. Knowing now or knowing later, you know what I'm saying? At least I still know now, but I would definitely trying to guide my daughter in the right direction too. And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times as kids, Michelle Obama just paid off her student loans 2 years ago. Oh, I did not know that, kiddo. Wow. I'm doing my best to avoid student loans. AJ, please do. And a lot of times, you don't want to be in school extra time, or you just want to get in, get out, especially if you're going in straight from high school. You don't want to be in school like all these other years, but it's worth it for the money that you will save, for that debt that you will save yourself from. I promise you it's worth it. I promise you. And then depending on what you're going to school for, a lot of times you can start working like in your last year or two in school. Like you might get your first half out the way. And then when you actually start getting into the classes that actually are targeted towards your major, you can find internships. You can find places that will, you can get some training and stuff or whatever, so that you might even be able to start working in the field while you're in school. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really going to hold you back being in school a little bit extra, but that money that you're going to save is worth it. It's just worth it. Them loans will get you, especially if you don't complete the course. Your school super chat. I promise you. I finished 82% of my program, right? Finished 82% of my program. My dad, he had got sick, okay? He has started, like, he started going to the doctors, and this is when I really found out what was going on with him. He had to be going to the doctors more regular, blah, blah, blah. So, they withdraw you if you miss a certain amount of days or, your attendance. If you miss so much, then they will withdraw you from school. So, what I did is I withdrew myself, like, I withdrew before, or they'll kick you out basically. So, what I did is I withdrew. I did all my paperwork for me to come back the following semester. But during this semester, I just wanted to go ahead because I had already missed 3 days. You could only miss 6. And I'm like, I don't want to do this or whatever. Let me just go ahead so I can get him together, get whatever I need to do with him. Come back next semester, start off fresh and finish because all I had to do was my externship at this point. So, and because of my record, I couldn't go to the first externship site. Okay. So, but they weren't telling me anyway. I didn't find out till later that I wasn't going to be able to go to any externship site, but I'll get into that. Anyway, needless to say, I finished all my paperwork, financial aid, everything. I did everything I needed to do so that the next semester, all I had to do was get my schedule and I was in there, right? They had employee changes. They said they couldn't find my paperwork because I didn't get no schedule the next semester. And I'm like, what is going on? Oh, we don't have you in and da-da-da, whatever. If I got my paperwork, then y'all need to have yours. I don't know what y'all doing, but I got mine saying that I'm supposed to be here. My financial aid is done, all of this stuff. So, I wasn't able to start right away. I had to wait till the next schedules come out. Okay. So then they have where returning students come at a certain time, and then a couple weeks later new students come. So they were going to give me a schedule for new students when they were coming. So in the meantime, hey Black Swan, how you doing? Yep, and Obama just finished paying his off 3 years ago. So anyway, between time, school had all these employee changes. Their stuff, they had it to where they said that they withdrew me, like I not flunked out, but my attendance ran out or whatever, like they put me out. I'm fighting them while I'm doing that. My daddy was getting worse, so I was like, you know what, forget this school thing. I'll come back to y'all. He ended up passing away. When I go back there to the school's closed down. So the school had closed down. This all happened and with less than a year. And because, yeah, 2 semesters or whatever. So, yeah, school closed down. And right now to this day, 82%, I finished my program. But I couldn't do my externship because of my record. I talked to them about my record and everything. They just told me, this was when I first started. They told me just, nope, it's not going to matter. I can just go ahead and I can go and I can still get my degree and all of this stuff or whatever. And they just totally lied. And now I'm like almost $30,000 in that I owe them for something that I couldn't even finish. So, yeah. And it's federal. It's federal, so that's something that you can't get off your credit. It's something that I got to fight with them directly. You can't get a hold of nobody. What?
Dang, you always lose or something.
Who? I ain't use that.
I know you did.
I feel like I got a fever. Or getting one.
No. That's for me. That's for me.
Haven't been at 4 hours since we've been back.
Yep.
You need to take some more medicine. You got to stay on it. And now you're in a place, in a position to find a school that will accept those credits and probably won't do to their curriculum or like, yeah. Then They tell you in the first beginning, oh, we're accredited. Because I was asking them all these questions. Are they accredited and stuff? Oh, yes, we wouldn't be able to take federal loans if we weren't accredited. They lied about that. 6 months in, after I was there for 6 months, they were going through the accreditation process because they were telling us to make sure we're all in our uniform properly and all of this and stuff because the people are coming through to accreditate the school. Yes. Um, I'm telling you, this is what them people said. Okay, I asked them all these damn questions. All right. Then, so 6 months in, these people coming through, they talking about they accredited in the school. So I found out that was a lie, but I'm 6 months in. So it's like, shit, I'm in here now. You know what I'm saying? Then, oh, wait a minute. Then, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. And then they weren't accredited. Credits couldn't transfer nowhere. My credits could not transfer nowhere except for one school that was like another like for profit. It was this one school. Like I couldn't go to no other school. It had to be that one school. And basically they're like a for profit school for them, but they were a little bit better. But because of them having in their system that they kicked me out because of my attendance, I can't get no financial aid. I couldn't get no financial aid. So that wasn't never fixed or whatever. They didn't have that. If y'all put me out, how am I filling out all my stuff, setting up everything for the next year? How? I'm talking about my financial aid forms. Everything was set up for the next semester. All I had to do was just come in. They never cut off my financial aid for that semester that I withdrew myself. Like for the time that I left, they just continued on that. Um, yeah, it was that school was just messed up. It was what they and they had I should have known anyway because they changed their name twice just a little bit of time that they were in here. Are you AJ? Oh no. It's these weather changes, y'all. A bunch of thieves, I'm telling you. So I couldn't transfer my credits nowhere. Couldn't get no financial aid because of how they had me in the system. And now, so I mean, it's messed me up to this day because I would have been enrolled back in school by now. Like I would have been did that. But actually, I was gonna try to fill out a FAFSA for next year just to try my luck and to see. Um, I mean, because all they can do is just say no. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I have a really bad internet connection right now. The live keeps buffering on my end. Oh, I'm sorry, AJ. It is bullshit, kiddo. Have you went and checked on those headaches yet? No, I haven't. Andreas, if you got a bad toothache, it can make you sick and give you headaches too. Yeah, Andreas, that's really what's wrong with me. And honestly, what's wrong with me is my cycle is coming down, and when my cycle is coming, if it's gonna be a bad one, it throws like my migraines, my tooth, everything just goes in. But I'm real warm. I'm gonna go to the hospital tomorrow though. I'm gonna go to the hospital tomorrow and get an antibiotic. Thank you for stopping by, Andreas. Um, so yeah, but I've already taken one Excedrin and a Motrin 800 today. Like I've already, yeah. But now that the phone is back on, I am gonna go and make a bunch of phone calls tomorrow because I need to. I was having this feeling like sometimes I'll like get thoughts like I'll just start praying or whatever. Like hopefully I don't have no infection in my brain or anything like that. I'll be thinking about stuff like that. Y'all know they was talking about anxiety in church today. I started thinking like, oh my God. So I'm like, I need to make these phone calls and just need to go to the freaking doctors and go get myself all the way fixed. But I'm a dummy. I was in the special ed no high school diploma. Paige, you are not no dummy. That don't make you a dummy. That doesn't make you a dummy. That just means that you just needed a little extra attention. That's all that means. Sometimes it's just, see, when you are in a classroom setting, yeah, kiddo, I know. I know, and um looked at loan forgiveness. The like people at the front desk don't know half of what they talk about. I got cheated out of a scholarship. Oh my goodness, because of a oh my goodness, AJ. See, that's crazy. Yeah, I know, Crystal. I am. I'm gonna do it in the morning. I'm gonna call. But if your school closes while you're enrolled or shortly after you withdraw, you could qualify. Yeah, thank you, Super Chat. Because yeah, I kind of started to read up on it, but I am gonna check on that. I need a pen. Hold on, y'all. Let me get something to write with. And then my heart. Oh Lord.
I changed my clothes like 1,500 times.
For what? You don't fit in the house?
I don't even look right at anything. No.
That's a shame. Don't play like that, okay?
I could play like that.
Oh, what's that?
What?
I'm telling y'all, my cycle coming on. I be hungry.
That's probably why I should eat.
I eat everything, and then everything start being wrong. Everything that's bothering me just like comes out. All right. So what now? So loan forgiveness. Neurologist. Neurologist. Dentist. Cause I sure enough miss that dentist. Hey Tatiana, how you doing? Um, hey Proud Glamour, how you doing, babe? Oh, I know people that did not complete high school for various reasons, and they are now practicing nursing with graduate degrees. Yeah, you don't have to graduate high school for you to pursue your education. You know, you can definitely. A lot of times, those are some of the people that go off to do great things. You know, um, the agency approves your application, it will cancel 100%. Oh my God. Do you know if I got that loan forgiveness, I would have my ass so in school so fast? Paige, I hope you still in here, Paige. I wanted to tell you, I'm good, Tatiana. Thank you for stopping by, babe. I wanted to tell you, Paige, that you have a classroom of kids. That's just like right now, like on this live right now. You have all these different people on here, all these different personalities, all these different thought processes, all of these different comprehension levels. Okay? And yes, we're all having a conversation, we're all engaging and stuff like that. But when you got this one person trying to teach this group of people something, everybody is not going to receive it the same way. Everybody's not going to, be able to process it at the same speed or understand it on the same level. Okay, so just because you are far ahead and just like, girl, I already know that already. You know what I'm saying? Teach me something else, or let's go somewhere. Or if you're under here, like, excuse me, I got a couple questions about this, about what you said. It doesn't make you dumb one way or the other. It doesn't make you anything. All it means is that you learn at a different pace. You learn on a different level. That's all that means. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tree Dog Tolbert. So that is why I was the classes that did not teach me or help me. That is Louisiana school. Oh my goodness. And you know what? The sad part about it is that is so many schools these days. We were talking about schools the other day, and it is kind of sad because on both levels, like, teachers don't get treated right. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of teachers, school systems and stuff, you're a visual learner. See, yeah, that right there, visual. Some are better at like listening. Just let me just intake the information. Some can read it and retain it. Some people, you'll read something and you will forget it 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just all about how your brain processes things, and that is what makes a good teacher. And this is no shade to no teacher, but this is what makes a good teacher, is that they are able to they're able to kind of decipher the kids on what they needs on different levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, they understand that, you know, little Lisa over here is going to have these questions at the end of the day or whatever. They understand that, I might have to stay after 5 minutes or whatever. They understand that, okay, little Johnny over there, he's gonna be done before everybody else. Let me add some extra questions, or let me have this other extra credit sheet for him. You know what I'm saying? For him to get done while the other kids are working. Anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, teachers, they'll learn their kids, they'll learn the classes, and that sort of thing or whatever. Now, teachers, they don't get a lot of the perks they used to. They don't get treated the way that they should. A lot of times, it's an overwhelming job. Some people say like, "Hey, you chose that position, you chose that career." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it doesn't mean for it to that it should be have to be harder than what it should be. You know what I'm saying? But it's a give and take thing, and it just takes some figuring out. Anytime you're dealing with people in anything, it takes some figuring out, okay? That can be freaking food service, that can be retail. You can be working in a call center with a bunch of bitches you don't like. You could be working in an office and you can't stand this. It just takes figuring out when you're dealing with people, because everybody is not the same all the time, so we just got to know that going into whatever we choose to go into. But being on the student end, being on the receiving end of the person that is providing the service, um, this is what I was telling my daughter when she was in high school, because I kind of told y'all about how she went from a charter school to a public high school, and it was like this big jump, and But I used to tell her, like, honey, you might have to come home and do a little extra. You know what I'm saying? That teacher ain't doing nothing but give you a sheet of paper and expect you to just know it. They ain't trying to really do nothing or want to like do any extra. They don't want to go out of their way. you are going to have to take the initiative. So I'm telling you, Paige, that I know if you're out of school now, use the internet for what it was meant for and use it to educate yourself. Okay. Those teachers failed you, that school system failed you, but you don't have to fail yourself. Okay. There are so many just free things that if there's something that you want to learn, if there's something that you want to know, you can Google it, you can look it up, you can read it, you can listen to it. It's just available in so many different ways now with the internet being and technology just being more and more. I would say educate yourself. You can't always depend on, even though this is the person in their job, in their position, this is what they chose. You can't always, just like AJ said, she missed out on a scholarship because of the clerk. Do you think that clerk cared that she missed that scholarship? Mm-mm. Guess why? Because she got her job and whatever she's doing and she's good. AJ is on the opposite side trying to get to where she's going to be good. So that's what I was telling my daughter is these teachers, they have their job, they have their degree, they're good, they don't really give a fuck. You're trying to be good. You're trying to get your degree. You're trying to graduate. You're trying to get this. So sometimes you got to take the initiative on yourself and you got to go and research this. You know what I'm saying? Bring that work home. Go over the internet, ask questions, find the answers yourself, study it yourself if that teacher ain't willing to answer your questions and that sort of thing because they just don't care. I would tell her that I'm like, you know what? She'll be like, these teachers do not freaking do nothing. They don't sit there. They sit there with their cool rigs in the damn classroom and make them a cup of coffee and on their phones and all of that shit. And it's just like, hello, like I got a question or something. But those people, they got their jobs and stuff. They got where they trying to be. They don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the receiving end and you're trying to get there, even as a child or in the position that you're trying to learn something, you might have to just bring it home and do that extra to get to where you want to be. Yes, some teachers help who they like, and that is in college as well. Ain't it in college? Yep. And they help who they like. Um, it's just bad. It's bad. Why do people call talking about nothing when I'm with y'all? Stacy. Every time I'm with y'all, somebody calls me. I did not know I had Adam. Wait a minute. I did not know I had Adam until I was working toward my MBA. ADHD. See, and then too, like Black Swan, a lot of people don't get it until how they have like juvenile and adult levels or whatever. But it's like that. Like sometimes you won't know until you're like in that position. It's testing you, your brain. You testing your brain, and it's showing you, or your nerves or whatever. Man, seems to always happen. That's my daughter, Cartier.
Look at these pins in his jacket.
Hmm?
Look at these pins in his jacket.
Why you keep changing all them clothes? Where are you going? Cause what?
I'm gonna go to the movies.
Go to the movies and see what?
It. Okay, I'm not going to the movies. I don't have any clothes. It's like all my clothes went down and down ever since I started getting to the 12, 11. My 12th grade year, I was wearing clothes for my junior year.
You wouldn't buy none.
You just got something to say.
That's what I'm here for, is to say something.
You getting sick.
That's why I feel like my head is warm. My neck hurting. She looks pretty. Tell her to step in view. You can come over here. There she go. You never seen that, daughter? That's the one I was just talking about when she was in school. Talking about them teachers.
The only teacher that really cared about mine, like out of all my years, was Miss Hawkins
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Bradford.
Mm-hmm. Kiddo said hi.
Hi, and I seen it. She gave it to me, didn't she?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
I thought you gave this to me.
Kiddo, she thought you sent her that. I saw it at the store and I put it on her dresser.
I want to go back.
You want to go back? See?
To that day.
No.
To that day? Oh, to that day. What?
No.
You
bye.
sick too?
No.
Ooh. What?
He wants something.
What you want?
Every time you do that, you should know.
She said she will be sending you something this week. Yeah, that's my mini-me. That's my babe.
I was actually, should I wait to get my hair cut? Or should I just get it cut?
That's up to you.
Cause I was gonna wolf out my hair until, hopefully.
That's up to you.
All right,
Thank you, Crystal. Hey, Eva.
Should I wear these pants?
Didn't she do it
Where's
cute?
you going?
Or should I wear this?
Where's you going?
Yep, Black Swan, the middle
Where's you
one.
going?
Thank you, Cartier. I do, huh? I don't know why. I'm not tired. I just don't feel good. All of my school days I was in the classes. Paige, but you know what, babe? If you just read and math, whatever it is that you want to know, you can take classes online. Go on Groupon. Groupon always has online courses. Are you talking about elementary, middle, high school? I think the parents have to be on those teachers' necks constantly. Be consistently about Black Swan. I was talking about all of it. You misspelling students. I know you probably do. For her, April. I said for her. I told her you and her something. See what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't for me. No, I was talking about on all school levels. On all, like, definitely. Okay, look. When you go from elementary even up to middle school, them teachers will try to get over. If those teachers don't care, then they will try to get over. Because for the most part, the parents are going to listen to whatever those teachers have to say, like whatever those teachers' recommendations are, or whatever they got to say in their conferences, the feedback and stuff. You pretty much gonna go by that. Then when you get up in high school or late middle school to high school, the kids kind of have like their own opinion. They can really tell you what's going on and that type of shit. You still got to stay on their neck because at that point you see because them teachers, they be cussing. They really don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Students getting into fights or with teachers, all types of shit be going on. And but you kind of got to make them do their job because they feel like at that point they're older and they ain't really got to teach them nothing or do too much of nothing. And it's just like, this is when you supposed to be preparing them for, you know what I'm saying? Like school lessons in the world and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they going out to the world after this. But yeah, I think all through all levels, you got to stay on them. Graduate students. Oh my God. April, you may want to lay down for a few. Excedrin always works for headaches. It must be really bad. You may need to take a pain pill. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink this water and it'll be all right. This thing just need to come on down and get it over with, so I can stop feeling like this. This friend of mine is crazy. I'm missing what y'all saying. I had to hang up. Oh my God. You say you like to wear yours straight too? What's I about to look up? Groupon. Hold on. Groupon has courses. Kiddo. Is that the grade that she deserved? Or you think she deserved a lower grade than that? Y'all see, y'all didn't want y'all didn't want kiddo as your teacher. Oh my God. And I took an Excedrin already this morning before I went to church. F minus. And my things hurt. She did not study skip classes. Oh, but oh, and she just thought, oh, I'm black. Oh, she gonna pass me. Oh, hell to the no, no. All right, so I don't know why. I'm gonna go by lower. Sort by price, low to high. Categories. Home services. Retail things to do. Personal services. I don't think that would. You too, Gemini, babe.
My,
Hmm.
should I just
I could
take
see
off
if she
this
came to
jacket?
class and at least try, but no effort.
Should I take off this jacket and put on my portions, or should I keep on this jacket, take this pants off, and put these on with this jacket? This.
Ever she had to take me again, her ass straightened up. She needed the class to get her degree. Ooh. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the effort. If you not making no effort at all, skipping classes and shit. See, that's what I don't get. You are paying for school, whether if you getting financial aid or paying for it out of pocket or somebody paid it for you or it's a scholarship. Somebody paying for that shit. And why would you pay to get an F? Why would you pay to flunk out? Like, no. The hell sense do that make?
I don't like my tank tops like out. I like them tucked in.
Yeah, Stacy. So the second time around, she did what she had to do. When if she did it the first time, right? So she paid double for her to straighten her ass up. Dumb. See what I'm saying? That's dumb shit. Yes, part of the problem was I looked like a 14-year-old. I was only 19 teaching graduate classes. It don't matter though. You was still in the teaching position. You was still the teacher. It don't matter, professor or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't matter if it's 19 is still could call it a child prodigy.
Mom,
If you was 14.
you be like, it doesn't matter what the case may be. That's what you say. But it doesn't matter what the case may be. Ain't nobody stupid. I remember when me and so and so went on our first date. Remember he was nice.
And then he found out he could get over.
But I'm like, not but mom, but it's like, not trying to like
Yeah, kiddo.
cover his feelings, but when like when we were starting to argue and stuff and everything like that, like he would get mad and then he'd go do something and then I talked to another girl and then I started doing it back to him and then I had just stopped like while I was still in school this year though. And then like back and forth and like dudes be saying when a girl do what the dude do that the girl is a but you ain't like it when I did it to you, but you could do that to me. That's why dudes would never understand girls.
That's why you just gotta cut them off like they would you. Because they gonna damn sure cut you off. Or just not respect you afterwards. Even if they still deal with you, they ain't gonna respect you. They gonna treat you like a hoe because that's how they looking at you. Okay, so I mean, I'm just saying but that's what you don't do.
No,
See,
just kidding.
the best
You
revenge is
just
just
leave
to
it
cut a
alone.
person off. Just no communication, no nothing. You know, cut a person off. That's the best. And
I wonder if he a Virgo too. Virgo.
I'm looking through these online courses, but they got like all these different ones. Like if you want to learn about computer technology, medical coding, how to write a book, how to bake, how to decorate a cake, how to do nails, how to do makeup, how to give a massage, how to do CPR. Um, if you want to learn about computers, whatever. If you want to learn more about different computer programs and investing, it's all different types of courses on here, starting at like $5 on up. Um, healthy living, like real cheap courses, management, training skills, marketing skills, um, or even just looking up like basic. If there's any book that any college that you pay for can sell to you through a school store or anything, you can find it online. And I would just really like, if there's something that you're interested in, if there's something that you're lacking, if there's a skill that you need to touch up on, whatever, I would definitely just search it out online. And you got to keep in mind that you got to want for yourself. You got to want it for yourself better than anybody. And even the people that you are paying, which are these teachers or just people, anybody in your life, it would be nice if they would care. It would be nice if they were helpful. It would be nice. But if they're not, you still got to want it for yourself, whether if they're willing to do that extra or not. Because just because a teacher didn't teach you right, or you didn't learn anything in school, or the school system failed you, doesn't mean that you have to be failed for the rest of your life. It doesn't mean that you have to be limited the rest of your life. When we have the internet, we have all the information at our fingertips. Like, we literally have the world at our hands with the internet. So, I mean, just because you didn't learn it in school doesn't mean that it's just too late, like you can't learn it. You know what I'm saying? You can teach yourself calculus. You can teach yourself about history. You can teach yourself how to write a paragraph or reading comprehension, whatever. You can teach yourself. Okay, Crystal Babe, thank you. Hey, Kelly. April, how did it go last? Oh, it went good. I just pretty much went and gave everybody a hug. I twerked a little bit and nah, but I had a quick shot with everybody, and yeah, like Mona Simone. And that was pretty much it. I got home I'm gonna tell you, I was already in the house and knocked out by about 3:15.
These right now, these boy shorts.
I bought them. What do you mean are they boy shorts?
Nah, I bought them.
Oh, you bought them?
Yeah, I grabbed the wrong pack.
Oh. Yeah, I was knocked by about three. No, you know what? No, what time was it? Maybe it was, let me see, that after hour, they didn't open until 3. Maybe it was like a little bit after 4. 3, yeah, because they opened at 3. Yeah, about 4, I don't know. I know I was knocked out. I was knocked out before, as soon as I came in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was good to see everybody. April, I'm cooking your shrimp dinner. Oh, your dinner, shrimp fried rice, chicken in the wave oven. LOL, I cheated on the chicken. That's no problem, girl. You eating. Oh my God. Yeah. I was telling Stacy she eating good and I choked. Wait a minute, did you say a new wave? Wave oven. I don't think I've ever cooked anything in a wave oven. I don't got one. My eyes burning. And when I come back home, I will not be looking at the sidewalks. The wave oven. Is that their thing that be on the As You Seen on TV? What are you doing?
Staying the night.
Where?
Johnny's house. He has his own apartment. I have nothing.
What does that mean? He has his own apartment.
Like, is it hard? He paid $5 something a month. That's a lot. Got me stuck. Ain't paying that.
That ain't a lot.
I'm
You
saying
wanna be
like,
grown.
cause our age, and it's like we still working at McDonald's, and then it's like just graduated, so it's like if you still working at McDonald's or something, or 2 jobs and going to school.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're young. You're supposed to grind. So when you get to be my age, then you can live nice.
I might come back on the booty part.
That's irritating.
I be leaving my bag at home sometimes. Come back on.
Yeah, I don't know how I got 2 daughters that just be taking stuff. Be arguing with these boys. I promise you, I would not. I don't know where the hell they got that shit from.
Did we tell our business?
She said, don't be telling her business.
Dang, you just told my business again.
She said, dang, you just told my business again.
And you just told
Dang,
me
you just did it again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I want it for
away.
myself.
Pac-Man bad too.
Mom, you're an introvert. Girl.
Mom, Pac-Man bad too.
Pac-Man bad.
He'll run away.
Go on, Stink. Don't be coming in here. Oh, bad boy.
Come here.
Trying to
Lay
run
down.
away. You
Come
gonna get
here.
your ass whooped.
Lay down.
We
What'd
all
you
know.
do? Would you?
Don't tell her.
Would you? Go. I said go. I didn't say serious. Don't listen.
Pac-Man, you bad. Had me outside looking for you, you badass.
And there was another loose dog. The Pac-Man seen that. Move!
Why I treat him like he worth some money?
What?
I treat him like he worth money.
What do you mean?
Like you pay for him.
What do you mean treat him like he's worth money?
Right, we spent thousands of dollars on him. Like if you ran away, oh well.
No.
Yeah, right.
He obviously didn't want to stay too long.
He obviously did. He came back, didn't
Right.
he? And came straight in the house.
You know we're home.
Tell him you ran away. Tell him you went out to...
I
You tell him.
want to be here.
Tell him.
Yeah. Go to sleep.
Tell him you got your ass whooped, too.
Come on.
You need to go to sleep, dude. You got school in there. Oh, he ran away. You sniffing him and stuff. Move. Sit.
What's that? Don't come over here. Now my head hurt.
Sit. Sit.
You don't gotta sit. Get up. Get up.
Sit.
Get up. Get up.
Sit.
Get up.
Sit.
Get up.
Sit.
Yeah, I'll be back on. I'm about to go stand in the shower for a minute.
No, I'm about to get a shower. Talk about.
No, you ain't. You wasn't even thinking about the shower.
I just got done wash my hair, but I put on my durag and get a shower.
No.
After I came and messed with mom a little bit.
No, you wasn't.
I'm about to get in the shower real quick. I'll be back
I'm
on.
telling her
I'm
what you
getting
said too.
Back
Kiana-
in the mix
Kiana
of
said
things. Where he
Kiana
thought
said
he
you
was
smart.
going. I don't know where he thought he was going. What?
Kiana said you smart, and I said, what I said?
I don't know.
I said to an extent.
And I said, I'm telling her. He said, when is she coming?
That shit ain't funny. You still laughing. That shit ain't funny. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, I'm okay, Enchantress. Thank you,
No,
kiddo.
you always think
Hey,
something
Mom.
funny.
I'm alright. My head just hurting.
I'm cocky though.
I'm gonna go stand in
Boy,
the
no,
shower
you ain't.
and take this thing out my head
You look like that.
because it's making it
Do you have a
worse.
Facebook?
Who, me now?
And I will see y'all
Yeah.
later. Bye, y'all.
She only got family on Facebook. I just like y'all.
No, that's the lowest that I could give her.